Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Bootsie and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Bootsie's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that's what she has come to know as a correction, and that's the only correction that we use. Now she is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and the command is Bootsie heel. Now at this point, Bootsie has a job to do, and that is to remain even with Fred's left leg while walking. And each time he stops his feet, you see that she sits automatically without being told to wait for her next command. And big or small, when you have your dog on a leash, you want her to be being well behaved, focused on you. If you stopped across the street, she sits automatically. And the next exercise that Fred's going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. Now, none of her training has been easy because terriers are not cooperative by nature. So she's doing a really good job. You want to lengthen out your time on this sit-stay and practice indoors as well as outdoors. When Fred returns back to her, he will walk all the way around her as an additional distraction and end up right back where they started at heel position. So you will see that each time he returns to heel position, that she expects to get another command, and she will sit there unless you walk away without telling her what you want her to do. She's doing a great job of paying attention, of looking up at Fred. You want that eye contact. And another sit-stay. And you're going to work out with this sit-stay about 30 seconds, and you're going to go all the way to 3 minutes as her attention span and focus develops more and more. Now this time, instead of returning back to her, he's going to call her in, and this is the come on command. You use her name and you use a happy voice. You want her to know that you always appreciate it when she comes when called. And she sits instead of running to you and then jumping all over your legs, especially when you have shorts on for the summer. So we have been teaching her to keep 4 feet on the ground. Now if she doesn't sit, you saw Fred give that little correction, and it's nothing harsh or awful. It's a reminder to her. She knows what's expected, so do it. We're going to demonstrate that come on command again. Fred's going to use her name in a happy voice. He's going to call her in, praise her on the way in. She comes right in and sits. That was very nicely done. She's really been a lot of fun. We've had tons of time in the playroom with her, and she is a lot of fun. But when you want to get serious, she needs to understand that now it's time to work. And use your commands in your everyday living situations. Now this time, with her seated at your left, we're going to show you down from a heel position. Always have your dog seated before you attempt to put her into a down. Use your left open palm and the one-word command to down and stay. Now your long down stay is going to be longer than the sit stay. You're going to start out at 1 minute and work all the way up to 5 minutes. And if you continue to practice with her, you're going to have an enjoyable girl. She needs this discipline and structure. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her again. Headed all the way back around to heel position, and then he tells her to heel. She's doing really, really good. Now the next exercise when they come back into view here on the camera is we're going to demonstrate your down from a distance. Remember, always have her seated before you give her the down command. He's going to leave her in a sit stay. He's going to give a little slack in his leash and turn to face her. He's going to use his right hand to give the command. And I've seen her do this perfectly. And that's the terrier side of her. Now we've demonstrated for you her heeling, her automatic sits, her sit stay, her down from a heel, her down from a distance, down stay, and come. These are the formal on-leash obedience commands that she has mastered while she's been here at school. We're going to go over some other things with her when you come and get her tomorrow. We've enjoyed having her. We want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.